And they'll set up for the PAT. And knocked through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Return begins inside the 10. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Here comes the James Madison offense back out on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Tremendous toughness here. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there. This is a determined running back just refusing to be brought down that time by the defense.
You know, the coaches told us that this guy's one of the hardest workers on the entire team. And you can see all that offseason work that he put in has paid off. That time, shaking free from those defenders and getting more positive yards.
Receiver makes the grab. It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
Good throw to the left. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Most offensive coaches will be happy taking those 50-50 shots against man coverage, but I'm curious to see if they're going to test this DB again after that coverage.
But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that point.
They pick up the first down, tackled at the 25.
Chris, how about the play of this quarterback? 3rd down and long. The defense, you think, is going to bring extra pressure. But not only is he able to get away from the pressure, how about his awareness on where he needs to go to pick up the first down? So big yards, great awareness, and a first down for this offense.
And the Dukes line it up with 1st and goal. Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, drops back. Looking to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They've got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. On the sack is made there by the freshman.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. First down loss sets up 2nd and long from the 11. Handoff here from the shotgun. That's a strong stiff arm. Finding some room at the 25. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the Buffaloes begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Looking for the wideout. He's got his man in the open field. making people miss. Finally brought down to the 13-yard line. An enormous gain puts him in great scoring position.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And he drops back in the gun. Makes the grab. It's Hart. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Again, this is a really nice job here by the defense, keeping everything in front of them in that situation. Now they're rewarded with this 3rd and long. We'll see if they do the same thing here or they're going to sell out and bring the pressure.
They got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Now that's what I call coming through for your team in a pressure situation. Great read, got the ball where it needed to go, and now you're set up to get 6.
First and goal for the offense. We'll try to run it with the option. He'll pitch it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffs. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now that the kickoff, we'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Duke's offense back on the field now. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this lead or play it safe. Fires it to the wideout. And he's got it. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
Receiver makes the catch. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
Using his legs here. Great cut. They whiff on it. And he's brought down, but that strong, stiff arm helped him to a first down. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Pass caught. Can he get in? So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. On first down, it's play action. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dukes.
Offside.
Of course, they'll decline the offsides penalty, and the touchdown will stand.
Well, they roll the dice here, call that play, and it works out. They get points on the board. They cut into the lead. Now you got a ton of momentum going in at halftime to make some adjustments and come out feeling that you can come back and win this game.
And the point after gets them within a touchdown, 28-21. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. These games, they never disappoint, regardless the score. And this one was filled with excitement and big plays throughout that first half. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. That's it for us from our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's head back to Chris and Kirk for the exciting conclusion of this one, where we'll find out who is moving on in the CFP.
The Dukes will kick this away to begin the second half. And the return starts from inside the 20. Brought down at the 29. That's where they'll start the drive. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. First down here for this offense. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 36. Second down after that run on the previous play. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Makes a nice move there. They bring him down at the 45, but a solid gain to keep this drive going.
Well, here's the first play to start this second half, and it's really more the same of what we saw in the first half. Really no need to make drastic changes. What you were doing in that first half gave you the lead. Just keep working on it.
Looking to throw it deep. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Buffaloes. This offense cannot be stopped. Now, just a brilliant game for this quarterback. With a spot in the natty on the line, we need you guys to step up, and this guy has delivered so far today.
You know, it's just everything coming together. The preparation that he put in leading into this game, the offense doing their job of taking care of him, the receivers running good routes. Everything right now is clicking for this offense and this quarterback.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. James Madison's offense back out there now. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. And he pulls in the catch. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Send the back in motion. Always looking to throw. Looking to make a play deep downfield. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will give the offense the football at the 46.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
And the Buffaloes offense is back out there on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? Tries the right with a quick throw. He's got a receiver wide open here. Tough running there. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
Chris, that's his second touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. He may have more in it.
Now the all-important extra point. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Here comes the James Madison offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. First down. Looking to throw the football. And looking for a big play here. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. On the run here, lets it go. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short. should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And here comes the Colorado offense back out on the field. This offense scorched the defense with a lightning strike, a one-play touchdown in the last possession. Let's see if they can duplicate that magic here. Physical running, fights off the defender. What a move. Makes one man miss, picks up the first down before they stop him.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
The RPO caught to the right. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. The Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Here comes the Duke's offense back on the field now. Are coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Lets it go quickly and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again. We can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put his safety back behind him. Some kind of double.
He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. And he's got some open field ahead. Gonna take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Buffs. And the interception taken to the house. A pick 6. Potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. James Madison's offense back out there now. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. And the game moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Now with the play fake, he'll look to throw it. He's running out of time here. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a... Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, you see what happens when you try to squeeze it into double coverage. An incompletion is probably the best result you could have hoped for, because an interception is the most likely outcome when you're throwing the ball into the crowd.
The sure hands. It's Silva. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down.
Chris, give him some credit here. He's fighting to get to that 1st down, breaks the tackle, just comes up a little bit short of the 1st down.
The offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
And the Duke starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Ball handed off. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
So Kirk, Colorado has the lead. These playoff games, we certainly hope for a much more competitive battle, a shot at the national championship on the line. It has not been the case here so far. So let's get back to the action. 1 quarter away. What would be an impressive CFP statement? Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And they heave it deep downfield. He's got it near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, James Madison.
Love this never-say-die attitude from this quarterback. He's still slinging it out there. This game's out of reach, but this guy's still putting the ball in the air, and this one's a touchdown.
Comes the point after attempt. And it's good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Return begins inside the 10. And the return man brought down. That's decent yardage on that return. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. Forced to punt last time. Trying to add points, build the lead right here. First play of the drive now. They'll start from the 32.
Here we go.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Well, I thought he might shake free there. He's able to break 1 tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up and run support.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Tailback takes the handoff again. Shows off the moves there, but ultimately not much of a gain. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Great move in the open field. Tackle made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 33-yard line.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. I mean, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. Lights up a defender. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
Tackled at the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite get in, but an excellent run.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
And the Buffaloes come to the line with 1st and goal. First and goal, handoff. Touchdown, Buffaloes. And this one is getting ugly. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the second half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
Lining up to try the extra point. The extra point is good. They stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the James Madison offense back out on the field. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. Hits the running back in the flat. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Play action fake. Looking to throw. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
The Dukes will line up on 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Silva. And he's brought down, but not before he gets 1st down yardage. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Jukes to get past a man. And the junior decides to pick up the first down himself.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. Second down after that previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes.
Well, you can tell that this play caller, the offensive coordinator, he's thinking about the future. He wants to see how his quarterback and how this offense wants to compete when this game's out of reach. He's going to be very happy with the result of this play.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. And there's the point after. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Now here comes the flea flicker. Throws it to the right. The pass is intercepted. And he steps out, but that's the takeaway this defense was looking for.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Makes the defender miss. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself, picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
And looking to throw now on first down. Trying to create here on the move. And he's got his man open downfield. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison.
Well, this guy has a knack for the end zone, doesn't he? That's 2 touchdowns for this guy today, and I don't know if he's done yet.
And now they'll set up for the point after. And the PAT is good. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Yard line, and that's where they'll start the drive. And the Buffalo's offense is back out there on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. What an electric play. Suddenly, they move into scoring position down to the 24.
I love how they're using the receiver here in motion. With a weapon like this, you just get him the football. Simple throw for the quarterback. He's got all that speed built up. You get him the ball out there in space with a couple blockers, and you get big plays like this right here.
Jukes, the defender, gets brought down after a solid game. Well, that's a great performance in the pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. And they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.